Hey, good morning. Yes, it is. It is Tuesday, the 20th of May. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about some upcoming videos and the current videos that are up and the direction you want to go. So, stay tuned. Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, if you didn't already know it. And yes, this is a weekday, Monday through Friday. Today is Tuesday, the 20th of May, 2025. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, first off, the comments. It's bad enough that you guys got to nitpick my videos, but it's even worse when you are picking on the special person that rides the special bus. No, I love it. I laughed so hard when I read you guys' comments, especially yours, Jason. That's what life's all about. If you can't laugh at yourself, it's going to be a rough, tough road ahead of you. That's the biggest thing I can tell you with age is learn to laugh and laugh at yourself. Laugh with others. So I started doing a video yesterday of what happens when you can't get the tire off because we ran into that. So I was trying to video Claude doing it on frames, what we call it. But he kept asking for my help, so I had to keep setting the camera down. I mean, he doesn't realize that I'm a producer. I'm a film person. I can't be doing that stuff that gets you dirty when I'm trying to run the camera. So there are some shots that you're going to miss because I had to hold in on the tire for him to get the tire back on the bead. But that's life in a nutshell, It's not always going to work out the way you had hoped, right? So the best thing I can give you for advice is just as long as you're going in a forward momentum, keep going. I mean, yesterday we spent all day and not getting anything accomplished, but we were still productive because we went ahead and got the front end back together on the New Holland. We got the front axle back together on the Mahindra, and I got oil added to the front drive line for the Mahindra. Got change of oil, hydraulic fluid, and radiator's low, so we're going to have to add to that. And he wanted a fuel filter, and Claude changed the fuel filter on it, but now he can't get it to start. My gut is telling me that he forgot to fill the fuel bowl before he put it back on, and it was allowed to run dry, and now you're dealing with the consequences. So we got a lot done, but nothing out the door, and we had some setbacks. We had a lawnmower that was ready to go home, and the minute we tried to cold start it, you could not get it to start. No way, if ands or buts. And that's where you're saying, Jason, is very important. Do a couple cold starts on it before you let it go, because it's better if it's going to have issues to have it there than after it gets home to the customer, because that's just going to leave a bad taste in their mouth, right? If they get it home and they can't start it, if we can't start it, they can't start it. And Claude gave it a shot of carb cleaner and took right off. I said, that's not how it's going to work. It needs to fire up on its own when the person puts it on choke. Not spraying carb cleaner into the... So that may work for you and I on our own mowers, but for the homeowner, they expect that it's running and driving, right? So I have cardiac rehab today. I'm in one of those mooks again. As you well know, Amos, of just fatigue And it's not like I overexerted myself, because I haven't. But I'll bring it up again at cardiac rehab. I mean, I went to bed last night at 6:30. I've been up since 2:30, but that's still 6 to 12 is 6. 8.5 hours of sleep, 9 hours of sleep. I could sleep another 5 hours. That's how tired I am. So, and I should be going the other direction, right? But this week, actually since last Thursday, I haven't been doing my walking either. Just trying to get the energy up to do that. But I'm going to try to do more of the hands-on videos. And I appreciate all your comments. And you're spot on. Amos, I like the powder trick. I've heard that before. And it would allow it to move around a lot easier. And Jason, I know what you're saying with the valve stem. My blower upper thing won't work unless the valve stem's in. Claude's got one out in the shop that he uses that will fit over, and you can hit it with air without the valve stem in it. So what we end up doing, we hit it with a little bit of air, let it catch up, and then, keep adding a little bit at a time. So what's going on in the shop right now? Well, we've got a Mahindra that we just put the front end back together on that, and I added 90-way oil to the front axles. I got to check this morning to see if it got out to the hub itself. I parked it on a downhill slant. We've got a Ford New Holland compact. We got the hydraulic filter and oil changed, the engine oil filter and oil changed, the air inner and outer filter changed. I got to top off the antifreeze today. All that lacked was the fuel filter, and Claude went ahead and did that, put the new fuel filter on. I was busy when he was doing that, but he said it started right up and ran, then it quit. So my guess is either he didn't fill the filter full when he put it on, or it got a suck of air somewhere. And now you're going to have to crack all the injectors and play that game. We tried just before the end of the day of putting air in the tank. Sometimes that'll push the fuel where you want it. But it wasn't happening yesterday. We've got the Husqvarna all ready to go with practically a new deck. We have the Sabre I took home Sunday. The Ferris I took home Sunday. The John Deere's ready to go with a new fuel pump and fuel line. We're waiting on the John Deere 620 to get to that because the guy owns both of them. What else do we have? We got a tractor we got to pick up in the morning, tomorrow morning. We've got 3 tractors in the shop and a 6-wheeler. We got to get back to those. I ordered a seal for the International 444. It's a dust seal, and we can finish that up. Throw a set of tire chains on, double ring, that I told the owner I'd sell him. And that's an extra $200 for a used set. But we're staying busy, and we're actually turning some work away. Especially the old stuff that the old timers don't want to spend very much money on it. And it's not worth what they've got into it. We had one yesterday call, wanted to know if we could work on his snapper. He had over $200 in parts in a box, and he wanted to know if we'd be willing to tackle it. Claude is giving the no, shaking his head no, waving his hands no. So I just told him we're busy. right now we'll call them if we get time to do it. So I'm going to start wrapping this up short, right? But a lot of times a short video like this to let you know I'm still kicking is better than no video where you start to worry. Today feels like I'm pulling teeth trying to get a video out, but I'm doing fine. Still doing the same old, and hopefully I'll be feeling a lot better tomorrow morning. So on that note, you guys have a great Tuesday, and we'll catch you here bright and early tomorrow morning for the weekday. Thanks again so much for watching.